Today we are addressing the question of death, conscious death. Death itself is a very fascinating subject in spirituality. Let us try to understand death in a different perspective today. Yesterday, we went to a place in Jaipur. I am in Jaipur today. We went to a place, an ashram, where there is a Mahatma who died in 2014. His students, his disciples, refuse to believe that he has died. They believe that he has entered into Samadhi. So they are preserving his body in a place in Delhi, hoping that he will one day he will come back into the body. There's a lot of controversy about that. But for us, it's a fascinating topic to understand about death. What is death? A very simple way to understand death is what you experience daily in sleep is death. Every day in sleep you experience death only. Sleep is a miniature death. The final death is a longer sleep. So if you understand sleep, you understand death. Death is nothing different from a sleep, a longer sleep possibly. So what is the difference between sleep and death then, if it is there? So every day we work and we get tired, our energy gets exhausted. So then what happens? Our body wants a rest. So rest is given in sleep. We have two types of muscles in the body. One is called voluntary muscles and involuntary muscles or autonomous muscles. I lift my hand. I am consciously able to lift my hand. It's a voluntary muscle. But my heartbeat, my breathing, my brain functioning is not voluntary. I cannot consciously exercise control on that. It's, I would call it as involuntary or autonomous nervous system. So we have two types of nervous system: voluntary and involuntary or autonomous nervous system. So when you go to sleep, all your voluntary muscles and voluntary nervous system goes to rest. It's like switching off your washing machine or switching off your equipment or car. It takes rest. Continuously working on them, continuously using that vehicle creates a wear and tear. So now you are giving a rest for duration of sleep. But what happens to the involuntary nervous system? Your heart has to keep pumping, your breathing has to happen, your nervous system has to function. The involuntary nervous system also is slowing down. The breath is slowing down, so that's why the nervous system which is required for controlling the breath is also trying to take rest. So when you switch off, you'll get a good rest. But if it is working at a slower speed, also you'll get a good rest for the involuntary nervous system. But throughout our life, we do not give a real rest to the nervous system, involuntary nervous system. Your heart has to keep beating, your breathing has to keep happening, okay, your brain has to keep functioning, right? So involuntary nervous system is something which is actually continuously exercised throughout our life. The wear and tear happens in the involuntary nervous system because we are continuously running it, whereas your voluntary nervous system gets at least some rest. So as involuntary nervous system becomes a wear and tear sets in, one day the involuntary nervous system breaks down. So no longer the body can sustain the consciousness, jiva. So the jiva will find another body with a fresh nervous system, involuntary nervous system, fresh, a child's nervous system and body. So the breakdown or failure of the involuntary nervous system is what we call as death, a natural death, because of wear and tear. So is there a way of reducing that wear and tear of involuntary nervous system? And why should you do that? Here, giving rest to the involuntary nervous system is the yogic practice. A different type of pranayama, breathing, and meditation will help to give rest to the involuntary nervous system, autonomous nervous system. Our breathing happens continuously. We have 12 breaths per minute. But when you go to sleep, the breath rate will come down because our oxygen requirement in the body comes down. So can we fill our body with more prana, more pranic energy, so that our breathing requirement is reduced, so that there is a more rest to our involuntary nervous system? Is it possible? So that's what yogic practice is about. A very well advanced yogi are able to switch off the involuntary nervous system at will. They can switch off the involuntary nervous system at will. What is the key to this practice? Key to this practice is filling your body with pranic energy, not leaking your energy in various activities, storing energy in the nervous system called Brahma Kapala. So then what will happen? Your requirement of the involuntary nervous system comes down. Then you can switch it off. So the mastery over the involuntary nervous system is what is called yoga in essence. And the key to that is energy practices, breathing practices, making the mind, making your nervous system, heartbeat, oxygen level low, oxygen level, your breathing slow. So the breath has to slow down from 12 breaths per minute as low as 1 or 2 breaths per minute by increasing the pranic energy in the brain, nervous system. So then what will happen? You are able to consciously give rest to your involuntary muscles. This practice is called Yogic Samadhi, a Samadhi by yogic practice. So we have heard many yogis, their heartbeat will stop, the breathing stops, but they don't die. They come up again. We have heard of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Suddenly his heartbeat stops. Then again he'll come up. Okay. So what has happened is there's enough pranic energy in the body. Involuntary nervous system doesn't have to function. So it stops, but again comes back. So what happens in case of other people, normal people, is that involuntary nervous system, there's a wear and tear. So the body cannot, the body cannot sustain any activity, breathing or anything. So it dies. Whereas yogis are able to die consciously, stop the involuntary nervous system. But because involuntary nervous system is not damaged, wear and tear has not happened, they again come back to life. This is the difference between voluntarily dying. So I call it voluntary death, conscious death. So we have heard of people who are able to do this called Icha Marani, those who have the ability to die when they will. Bhishmacharya was Icha Marani. Icha Marani means when he wants to die, he is able to switch off the involuntary nervous system. That's all it means. Right now, involuntary nervous system, we don't have access, we don't have control. We can get a good mastery of the involuntary system by proper energy practices, breathing practices. Increase the level of oxygen in our nervous system, increase the level of prana in our nervous system, store prana in nervous system, don't allow the prana to leak. Then you get a good mastery over the involuntary nervous system. So if a yogi is able to do this, typically it's called samadhi. Samadhi can be various degrees. In some samadhi, yogis will be still breathing but slow rate. In some samadhi, yogis can stop the breath, heartbeat for as long as a week. That we have seen, we have heard of in various places. Now, yogic samadhi itself is not jnana, not realization. Samadhi itself is not realization. Samadhi is taking care of your body so that your body is in a good condition for self-realization through Atma Vichara. Nervous system and body is maintained well for self-enquiry and self-realization. So that is called samadhi practice. So don't be fascinated by samadhi. I want to get into samadhi. What is the purpose of samadhi? Is to maintain your nervous system and body in a fit condition. So for self-realization. That's the purpose of samadhi. So there is a story I have heard. One yogi sitting in a riverbed tells his shishya, get me one glass of water. The shishya goes to get glass of water. By the time there's a flood in the river, the yogi is buried in sand. So when he comes up, after a week, people take him out of sand. He was in samadhi. He was not breathing. His heartbeat had stopped. They revive him. This is actually called hibernation. This samadhi is called hibernation or jada samadhi. Okay. In this jada samadhi, what happens? The heartbeat stops, breathing stops, but person is alive because the whole mechanism of the body mind vehicle is alive. Vehicle is in good condition. So the prana can come back again. But there's no jnana. Wisdom is not there. So then yogi comes up and says, ask this shishya, where is water? He has no jnana in that samadhi. It's like sleep. When you go to sleep, whatever jnana is there, the same jnana will come out. Nothing, no extra thing will happen in sleep. So this is what is called death. And this is what is called conscious death. A yogi is able to die consciously. Consciously he is able to switch off. Like I'm able to switch off my washing machine. How? By pranic energy practices. Okay. So now this is called Ichha Marana. When you want to die, you can switch off. That's why many yogis will be able to say, this is the date and time I'm going to die. I can switch off. And this is also conscious death. So conscious death helps you to get rid of fear of death. Conscious death will help you to maintain your body in a fit condition for self-realization. So that's why there's a saying, die every day so that you live ever, forever. Die every day for you live forever. That means make your energy breathing practices, pranayama, meditation in such a way that you are almost deeply silent. Your involuntary nervous system is at rest. Dying every day means that. So when your nervous system has become silent, what's happened to your mind? Mind is silent. When the mind is silent, mind is one with the Atma, the self. Okay. So you are actually connecting with the self every day. But of course, there's no jnana, as I told earlier. Jnana has to come through Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa. So in the process, what will happen? Your nervous system, all the noise in the nervous system comes down. More and more, you will be silent during waking hours. The wear and tear comes down. You will be more and more peaceful and silent during waking hours because noise in the nervous system has gone. This is called conscious death, where voluntarily you are able to switch off your autonomous nervous system. And voluntarily you are able to come back to life if the nervous system is able to sustain life. So now when you say conscious death, do not be understood, I'll also achieve that state of heartbeat stopping, breathing. The conscious death has also another meaning, a different meaning. Every day, we have 70,000 thoughts in our mind. If you are able to reduce 70,000 thoughts in the mind by Atma Vichara, self-enquiry, the mind will become more and more silent. When the mind becomes more and more silent, your nervous system becomes silent. It's not that your heartbeat has stopped or breath has stopped. It has slowed down. The silent mind is one with Atma, or this is self. This is called conscious sleep. Sri Ramana Maharshi calls this as Jagrata Sushupti. It's not that you have to achieve a state of heartbeat stopping, breath stopping. Through self-enquiry, Atma Vichara, Nididhyasa, you can come to a state of very calm state of mind, peaceful state of mind. In that calm state of mind, it's as good as death only. How? I told you sleep is death. Sleep is miniature death only. But if you are able to do it in waking state, reduce your thoughts, make your mind silent through Atma Vichara, then you are in a waking state of sleep. Jagrata Sushupti, as Ramana Maharshi calls it. The purpose of Srimad Ramana Maharshi's Atma Vichara self-inquiry is to get into a state of Jagrata Sushupti, a waking sleep. It's not waking death, not conscious death. Heartbeat doesn't have to stop. Yeah, the mind becomes very calm, very silent. Breathing slows down, but you are in a state of, you're fully aware like a waking state and fully asleep like a sleep state. Thoughts are minimum or not there, and fully aware. This is the purpose of Vedantic meditation or Nididhyasa or self-inquiry, to reach a state of conscious sleep. So what is the benefit of conscious sleep? In deep sleep, you are pure awareness, but ego is not there to understand I am pure awareness. Finally, learning has to happen to the ego. Ego has to learn my nature is bliss, ananda. So deep sleep, I am in ananda, but ego will say I was not there. So in the waking state, fully conscious state, if you make your mind silent, then there's a understanding I am ananda swarupa, jnana. My nature is bliss. So knowledge has to happen in the waking state only, not in a unconscious state. That's why the samadhi where heartbeat and breath stops, there's no jnana. Jnana has to happen in the waking state, fully aware. Okay. So what is the awareness? I am so peaceful and silent because thoughts are not there. I am fully aware. Awareness is there. Sachidanand Swarupoham. It's called Jagrata Sushupti. Ramana Maharshi says, through self-enquiry, get into Jagrata Sushupti or waking sleep. So you understood? Death, conscious death or samadhi, and next step, what Ramana Maharshi says, Jagrata Sushupti or waking sleep. You have understood. Waking sleep gives you jnana. So after waking sleep, if you enter into a deeper samadhi, that's fine. But waking sleep is very important. Making our mind silent is very important. Then what is coma? There is one of my friends was in the hospital, was in coma. So person was given oxygen and life support to keep him alive. Okay. So now what is coma? Coma is like sleep only. Coma is like sleep only. Your involuntary nervous system, voluntary nervous system is switched off. He doesn't respond to anything. Involuntary nervous system is working. That's why heartbeat is there, breathing is there. But this heartbeat and breathing is kept alive through medical support, oxygen, injections. Okay. So you are trying to keep the involuntary nervous system alive. The moment you remove the life support system, involuntary nervous system will die. So in that sense, coma is also like a sleep. So is unconsciousness, murcha. We have to learn how to die every day. Means what? 70,000 thoughts we should be able to reduce. We should enter into sleep like thoughtless state. That's death only. If you are able to die every day through meditation, what we call as Jagrata Sushupti, you will live forever. That's eternal life. Because now you understand, you don't have fear of death. You know, I am the Atma. My manager's bliss. So I would say, die every day to live forever. So there is another way of looking at die for every day. Die every day. Moment to moment. If you are able to live in the present moment, not in the past, not in the future, our thoughts will come down. Any activity we do, we'll do in the present moment. When you are living in the present moment, you are one with the presence. So there, you are actually gone beyond time and space. For example, somebody is doing a hobby. In the hobby, he doesn't know how much time he has spent. He has gone beyond time and space. He has become one with the activity. Same way, when you do service activity, karma yoga, you will not know how much time you have spent. You have gone time beyond time and space. Thoughts have reduced. So that's where you live in the present moment. When you live in the present moment, past is dead. Your past is gone. Your future is gone. There's no past and future. You are dead to the past and dead to the future, and you are living in the present moment. That is also called dying every minute, not in dying every day. Every minute of our life, you should die to the past, die to the future. You should live in the present, and that's only life. The conscious living, where we are living every moment, present moment, is called dying every minute. If you die every minute to the past and to the future and live in the present moment, you live forever because you are the Atma, Brahman, pure awareness, non-dual. So I told three things. Death is unconscious, death which is conscious, and Jagrata Sushupti or waking sleep, and dying every moment by living in the present moment. These are the important aspects of spiritual life. We have heard of Mahatmas like Ramana Maharshi going through a death experience. His heartbeat stopped, breathing stopped. We don't have to do that. No, don't worry. Conscious death may be difficult for us, but conscious sleep, Jagrata Sushupti, is achievable for all of us through self-enquiry. Living in the present moment is simple for us. So now I am living in the present moment. How long I'll get enlightenment? Then you are not understood. Every moment of living in the present moment is enlightenment. Every moment of conscious sleep is enlightenment. Liberation. So any questions are there? Anybody on Zoom, any questions? So there is a question in Zoom here. We spoke of three things. Conscious death, a yogic way, and Jagrata Sushupti in Jnana, Nididhyasa, or who have self-enquiry. Then living in the present moment is in activity, karma yoga. We spoke of three things. Are they same or they are different? All are nothing but a conscious death in various ways. What is death? The death means mind has stopped functioning. It's about mind, not about the body. Our mind has become silent. Silent mind is one with the Atma. So that's why I told death means going to sleep is death. Because in sleep, mind has merged with the Atma, pure awareness. Okay? So what is there in the sleep is pure awareness. A yogi is able to create, he gets a more mastery over the body, mind and nervous system. He is able to switch off. So then when he switch off, he is in pure awareness only. But jnana is not there. For jnana to happen, the conscious mind is required before switching off. Okay? So it's called conscious death only. But conscious death is not liberation or enlightenment. is a temporary phase. It's called samadhi. Whereas the conscious sleep is liberation, because you are going through a self-enquiry. Who am I? Atma Vichara. Jnana has happened. Then your mind has become silent. So that's also is in a sense of saying conscious death only, because you are entering deep sleep state. It's also conscious death. But what is the difference? In this consciousness death, there is a awakening. Awareness is there. My nature is bliss. So when you live consciously in karma yoga or living in the present moment, then what happens? You know, I'm not the doer, I'm not the enjoyer, I'm not the karta, bhokta, nata, I'm not that. I'm pure awareness, and I'm fully only the work. So then what will happen? That's also conscious death. Consciously, ego is not there. Ego is gone. Mind is gone. So all the three are conscious deaths in various ways. A breathing mastery yogi gets a lot of mastery over life and death of the body. A Gnani gets in the conscious death of sahaja, what you call as jagrata sushupti or waking sleep. So Gnani becomes enlightened. A karma yogi drops his karta, bhokta, jnata, the doership, enjoyership, and knowership. All these things are dropped when he does karma yoga. He is in the present moment. He has dropped the past, he has dropped the future, he has dropped the desires for any fruits. So in this way, all are conscious deaths. Each conscious death has its own benefit. So if you have to understand what is death means sleep, a sleep-like state, nothing more. So if you are able to do it in work, while working, fully deeply involved in the work, no thoughts of past, no thoughts of future, you have created conscious sleep in the waking condition. Sleep means you are not sleeping, you are working, but there's no desire for past, or there's no doership, enjoyership, and knowership. It's called non-doership, akarta. Same way, if you sit for meditation, do self-enquiry, ask who am I, you are in a deep silent state. It's called jagrata sushupti. If you do through breathing practice, you achieve a state of stillness of the nervous system, heartbeat. That's called samadhi. What will happen is, for you, for all of us, self-enquiry, Atma Vichara, or what we call as who am I, or nididhyasa, will lead to a deep silence of the mind. So that gives jnana. Jnana is there. Mukti is there. Atma jnana is there. And if that enquiry is well established, then the yogi lives in a state, Gnani lives in a state of sahaja samadhi, natural state. Whatever he does with non-doership, akarta, abhokta, adnata. Not knower, not a doer, enjoyer, in all the states. So that's why Gnani may be working fully in the work, fully in the field. Ramana Maharshi was seen doing gardening, cooking vegetables, talking to people. He is in sahaja samadhi. Means he's like a sleep-like state in the waking condition. That's why Bhagavad Gita says, there's a shloka, Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagati sayami. All living beings, what is sleep for all living beings is waking state for Gnani. What is sleep for Gnani? Gnani is sleeping, is a waking state for Adnani, ignorant person. In the sense, Gnani, when he is awake fully in the world also, his mind is silent and he is asleep. He will function everything with the understanding, with the non-doership. Karma yogi does same thing. He is fully awake, does everything, but he is like a fully asleep. In that state of karma yoga, from kamya karma, the person has gone to nishkama karma. From nishkama karma, naishkarmya, the state of non-doership, non-enjoyership becomes reality. Sahaja samadhi. So all these are states of conscious death told in various ways. Any questions? Clear? Are there any questions?
Only in the Jnani state there is Jnana. In the other two sleep states, there is no Jnana.
Sleep state, there's no jnana. I'll
Karma
answer this question.
through work or hobby, I achieve a silent mind or sleep-like state, but there is no jnana.
No. That's
Huh.
not correct.
Huh.
Okay. See, anything you do with jnana is jnana only. So a yogi, he may enter into a state of samadhi where heartbeat and breathing stops. Okay, that time no jnana is there.
Okay.
But before entering there, he has got Atma jnana. Then he enters with Atma jnana and comes back with Atma jnana. Jnana has to happen in a conscious way. Viveka, Vairagya, discrimination, jnana has to give. Right? So a yogi also, before he entering into samadhi, he can enter into with a jnana, then come out. Okay, like that, a jnani enters into what we call as Jagrata Sushupti and comes back. A karma yogi inquires, who am I? Who is the doer? There's no doer. Who is the enjoyer? There's no enjoyer. So if he does that, there's already jnana. Karma yoga done with jnana is called jnana karma sannyasa yoga. Have you heard of that in Bhagavad Gita? With jnana, if you do karma, it's called sannyasa. So anything done with jnana, with proper viveka and vairagya, is freedom. Forget about samadhi. Even if you go to sleep, if you are going to sleep with clear viveka and vairagya, you understood I am the Atma, I am pure awareness. And when I go to sleep, I am in pure awareness. That sleep itself is a samadhi state. It's not an ordinary, it's a conscious sleep.
Oh, but so how do I go to sleep in awareness, Prabhuji?
You don't have to go and sleep in awareness. You are in awareness in sleep only. You don't have to go to sleep in awareness. You have to go to sleep in understanding.
Okay.
See, for example, you are in a corporate life, right?
Okay, yeah.
When you go to sleep, what will you go to sleep with? What will I have to do tomorrow? What stress? What is the 5-year plan? All those things. Huh? So you'll come out, wake up with the stress. If you go to sleep with the understanding I am Brahman, I am pure awareness, that will go deep into your unconscious or subconscious mind, and you'll wake up with that. That's all. Okay. Have you heard many of the people find a lot of solutions to the problem in sleep? Right? Because in sleep, you are going into pure awareness. Ishvara. So you'll come out with a solution. So if you are able to go to sleep with the awareness and understanding, I am Atma, I am Brahman, I am pure awareness, that will go deep in you. Is it simple?
Okay. Yeah. So the basis is actually anything. The starting point, if it is jnana, then it is actually mukti.
With jnana, anything you do will become magnificent.
Otherwise, it's a standard yogic practice of breathing and kundalini, where
even breathing and kundalini with jnana, it may get transformed into liberation. See, jnana with ajnana, ignorance, you do whatever is there, there will be mechanical practice.
Correct. Samadhi may result, but no jnana. That's what.
So with the puja, when you do puja with the pure understanding, Ishta Devata and myself are one reality, that puja itself is jnana. That's why we see many Mahatmas, Jnanis, they do puja also. Right? Whatever you do in jnana will shine. Whatever you do in ajnana will become mechanical practice.
But still, the effect of samadhi is achieved even with mechanical practice.
I'm saying it won't help you, no. Every day you go to sleep.
I understand.
Every day you go to sleep. Will you get?
Correct. I agree with you. But I'm saying the people engaging in mechanical practice will also get the effect of samadhi, but no jnana.
I'm saying sleep is an unconscious samadhi.
Okay.
So what is that we are trying to achieve? Right?
Correct.
We are trying to get pure awareness jnana, which has to come only through viveka and vairagya.
Okay.
Through Vedanta Vichara, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa.
Okay.
Rest all is whatever you do in that understanding is become magnificent.
Prabhuji, even when you go to sleep, so nanu nanimpudu nanalla, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. If you say all that, and if you say Aham Brahmasmi or whatever, with that full awareness, you go to sleep. But at the time of going into sleep, we don't know what thought may come.
Don't struggle, my dear. I'm saying don't struggle. Okay, I'm saying just do what is possible. What is impossible will happen.
Okay.
See, we
That
are trying
makes
to
it
do
very
something
easy.
very simple. No, what is possible you do. There is a consciousness, Ishvara's grace. Your mind will take care of what is impossible. Why bother about too many things?
Correct.
Huh?
That makes it very easy to.
Very simple. Live your life consciously to the best of your ability, then everything else will happen.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Our problem is we don't live our life consciously. We live our life unconsciously. Try to live your life consciously in the present moment with self-awareness, in jnana. Okay, then whatever has to happen will happen. No, it's all problem part of the universal happening. No.
Yes, Prabhuji.
That's it.
So, Prabhuji, still not very clear for the answer that you have given to Vasuji. Can I say the Savikalpa Samadhi of a yogi and the Sahaja Samadhi of a Gnani are technically the same?
No, I'll tell you what is Savikalpa Samadhi. Okay, first we have to understand Savikalpa Samadhi. Okay, this word itself is a lot of connotations. So your question is Savikalpa Samadhi of a yogi and Sahaja Samadhi of Gnani, are they same, technically same? No, they are not. Okay, so yogic terminology, Samadhi is defined as, okay, Chitta Vritti Nirodha, stopping of the mind. Okay, through whatever breathing practice, through whatever yogic practice, you can able to stop the mind. It's called samadhi. So in yogic practice, when you're doing some, let's say you're doing some breathing practice, mind stops momentarily, it comes back. So then again you go back. So there's an effort involved. So that effort is called Savikalpa Samadhi. When it's effortlessly, your mind is still, then it's called Nirvikalpa Samadhi in yogic language. Am I making it clear? So the focus there is Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Are we clear? Shravan?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Jnana, it's different. Okay, Jnana is very different understanding of Samadhi, Savikalpa and Nirvikalpa. So Jnana, yogis, Jnanis say, Samadhi is also a state of mind. Mind gets absorbed, then it becomes silent. So it's not a state of realization in that sense.
Okay.
When the mind is silent, it's like a sleep only. What is that? Right? That's what Jnanis say. So Jnanis say, what you get before you enter into deep sleep or before you enter Samadhi makes a difference. That's called Atma Vichara. So from Jnani's point of view, Samadhi has a what you call Savikalpa and Nirvikalpa has a different connotation. They're not same connotation as yoga. This actually whole thing has confused the spiritual field. So Jnani is focusing on Nirvikalpa Jnana, not Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Okay, they're very different. So in Jnana, we do not accept that mind, there is no thoughts in the mind any point of time. A thoughtless state of mind is impossible. That's what is the understanding of a Jnani. So what is possible is thoughts can be in dormant condition or thought can be in manifest condition. In deep sleep or Samadhi, thoughts are in dormant condition, causal state. In the waking state, they come manifest, right? So thoughtlessness is impossible according to Jnana. Okay? So if thoughtlessness is impossible, then what is the meaning of Nirvikalpa and what is Savikalpa? So Kalpa means imagination. Okay? So imagination, that world is real, I am the body, is called Kalpa, Kalpane, imagination. Nirvikalpa means that imagination is gone for you. How does it go? Through Viveka and Vairagya, the imagination is gone for you. That world is real. Jagat Mithya is true. Nanu Nanembudu Nanalla, Ideha Manabuddhi Nanalla, Sajadanatma Shiva Nane, Shivoham Shivoham. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm pure consciousness. That is also true. Self and the world, imagination is gone. Kalpa is gone. Okay? So now when the imagination is gone, so that is called Nirvikalpa. It's a Jnana state. It's not a state of sleep-like state. It is not a state of thoughtless state. Now, only thing what has happened is that initially it's a gross thought. Okay, when you do Atma Vichara, when you do self, it's a gross thought. Okay, so as you do deeper, that gross thought will become subtle, and it goes causal, deep inside your consciousness. Right? So what is conscious becomes subconscious and unconscious also, in that sense. Okay, when it becomes subconscious or unconscious, there is no conscious effort to. Sorry. Yes.
This is in the path of a sadhaka with gnana. You're saying with gnana, yes. When his thought is going deeper and deeper, this happens.
Yeah. So the samadhi which we are speaking in yoga and samadhi which we are speaking in gnana, they are very different. Right? In gnana samadhi, through you have come with a very clear questioning. Who am I? Right? Then what happens is there's a what you call as aparoksha gnana. Okay, aparoksha gnana is recognizing. That aparoksha gnana is clear-cut recognition of what you are. No longer it's a concept. As long as this concept is there, even if your mind is silent, gnani is in savikalpa samadhi because concepts are there. Vikalpa is there.
Yes.
Once you recognize something, there's no vikalpa. With aparoksha gnana, vikalpa is gone. Then it's called nirvikalpa. Right? For example, I'll tell you a round object which you can hold, which you can drink something. So then you start imagining. So that imagination, you're not caught the object clearly, but you're close. You're imagining what it is. I'll say it's white color. It is cool. So you start imagining. So in Dana, Brahma Satya, Jagan Mithya, as long as that imagination is involved, it's called Savikalpa. So then when you see the glass, oh, this is glass. I was telling you about this glass, holding the cup and drinking. Then no concepts are available to you. The concepts are not gone. All kalpa is gone. Kalpana is gone. Recognition has happened. Right? So that's called nirvikalpa.
Kalpa. So the confusion comes because even a yogi is told that he goes into this savikalpa samadhi with a thought like soham.
Yes.
And even a gnani's teaching is also same thing.
No, they are not same. They are not
same. How?
I'll tell you. Okay, yogi goes samadhi. Of meditation, it's upana and I am.
Yes.
So in see, this is where we have to understand Vedantic process with yogic process. Okay. So you have seen many people, they'll meditate. Soham, they meditate, right? Have you seen that?
Yes.
And they'll enter into meditation like state of, but there's no realization happened. Mind has become silent. Some chitta shuddhi has happens. Okay. Because the soham is not a realization. Okay. So that realization is not there because still the viveka and vairagya, Vedantic Vichara has not come. Discrimination has come. Not the intellect is still dusty. Intellect has the dust in the intellect has not gone. So as long as it's not gone, still soham is a concept. A concept you are trying to enter into samadhi, not a reality. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Okay.
Still it's a concept. Soham is a concept. It's not a crystal clarity. So if this crystal clarity is required, then soham is not required because it's clear to you.
Okay. So in that case, Prabhuji, actually this yogi or gnani, there is no real difference. It's only this.
No. Listen carefully. Okay.
Okay.
So both are trying to enter into silence. Both are trying to enter into samadhi. Right. So both you are saying both. There's no difference. Okay. Both are. I'm fine. Fair enough. Right. Both are ultimately both are trying to do something. So
yes.
in Gnana, we have only two stages. Before you have clear recognition of the self, clear recognition without a doubt. It's called a perception. No, it's not a perception. Recognizing that I am Brahman, that recognition happens. It's called aparoksha jnana. So before aparoksha jnana and after aparoksha jnana, they're very different.
Okay.
In aparoksha jnana, simply you sit. You don't. There's no effort. You don't have to repeat. I am Brahman. I am Brahman. I am Brahman. You don't repeat. You know you are Brahman. That's all. Okay. Whereas before aparoksha jnana, even a jnani also may do some practices. That's called upasana. Okay. That's called aham graha dhyana. Aham graha. You're catching out of I am. Okay. And you're holding it. Then you say, holding on that I am, you're saying I am Brahman, superimposing on that Brahman. So this is typically where it's said in meditation, you hold on to I am and say I am Brahman. So you're not recognized, you're holding on to something still. So there also, Nani may say, Soham, I am Brahman, he has to repeat. So in that repetition, you'll enter into a deep silent state. That's fine. But the difference here, still he has a deep inner feeling that I am not recognized.
Yes.
So the Chitta Shuddhi is happening in both the cases, yogic case or Jnani case. Okay. So Jnani, he has recognized I am Brahman, then Aparoksha Jnana has happened. Pure awareness. Now there's no more requirement to Soham, nothing is required. He may use it as a technique, but it doesn't matter to him. So that Aparoksha Jnana is the key, whether it's yoga or Jnana. Yoga or Jnana will help you to calm your mind, make you silent your mind. But ultimately, Aparoksha Jnana makes a difference.
Yeah. So once he got that Aparoksha Jnana, he is anyway Gnani. I'm talking of people who are in this path of Jnana and the path of yoga. For them,
no, it is also not same. It's also not same. Okay. So when yogi says, I am going to Self-Enquiry Samadhi, he says, I am trying to reduce my thought. Momentally, my thoughts have gone down, and again my thoughts have come up. He has a gap in thoughts that he calls as Self-Enquiry Samadhi. He has an effort to come back. Understand?
Okay.
He is trying to achieve a thoughtless state by doing some practice. So momentarily he got something and got out. That he calls as Self-Enquiry Samadhi.
Okay.
Right? The purpose is thoughtless state in that. Here, in Yogi Vedantic Self-Enquiry Samadhi, there's a Vichara. Okay, Vichara is, okay, first is, there are 3 stages. Okay. Rupanvit Self-Enquiry Samadhi, Shabdanvit Self-Enquiry Samadhi, and Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So you're using a logic to get rid of wrong understanding. It's not, the purpose is not to make your mind thoughtless. Purpose is to make your mind free from wrong thinking.
Okay.
Right? In the free from wrong thinking, okay, if he is able to do it with effort, that's a sense of I have to do Vichara. I have to do some separation. So that sense of doership is there. Then there's a duality. I am meditating. I am trying to hold on to thought called Aham Brahmasmi. So I am holding on to thought called Aham Brahmasmi. There's a subject-object duality is there. That's called Savikalpa.
Okay.
So when that I am Brahman thought is gone, the understanding is very deep because of Aparoksha Jnana has happened, then he doesn't have to hold thought. So then what happens? The thought has gone deep. Now it doesn't require any effort at all. That's called Nirvikalpa. He can walk, he can talk, do anything. So it is like this, Ravan. Okay. When you learn car driving, okay, there's a lot of conscious effort is involved.
Yes.
The conscious effort will gradually lead to subconscious learning. After that, you don't need to put effort. Your body, you can do something, but still the car will drive because subconsciously everything is gone. Right? So in Atma Vichara, your vasanas have gone. Thought that I am Brahman has gone deep inside you. That's called Nirvikalpa. Now there's no ego involved.
Yes.
You don't have to consciously hold on to thought I am Brahman.
Yes, I understand this from a Gnana Marga point of view, but I was wondering, even the yogi, even if he gets to Nirvikalpa Samadhi or finally gnana through yoga, he has to go through the same.
No. The gnana through yoga is not possible in that sense. So here you have to understand difference. Okay. Yoga is a very good process for mastering the mind, chittavritti. Yoga is very good process for you to control your mind and get into nirvikalpa samadhi also. No problem. Okay. But the purpose there is to stop the thoughts.
Okay.
So then retaining... what happened? So the purpose is not I am Brahman has not come. He may have a concept I am Brahman. The I am Brahman concept has to come through only Vichara, Atma Vichara.
Okay.
Right? So what happens is the positive thing has not happened. The positive gnana has not happened. Even if you do repeat nirvikalpa samadhi for thousands of years, still the same problem. So there is a story in Yoga Vasishta. Okay, Yoga Vasishta, there is a crow called Kaka Busundi sitting in a tree. So then Rishi goes and asks Kaka Busundi, okay, tell me about all this creation. The Kaka Busundi says, I have seen many Brahmaji's creations. Many Brahmajis have come and gone. I have seen the creation, dissolution, right? And what I do, when Brahmaji comes up, I went to Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Then I come up again. Again, another Brahmaji has come. It's like a sleep. No dana is there. Atma dana is there. Atma dana is there. In the absence of Nirvikalpa Dana, okay, what happen is, yogis think that Samadhi is realization. They want to again and again do Samadhi. They will become Samadhi Vasana.
Oh, okay.
Understand?
Okay. Yeah, understood.
So I want to sit in Samadhi for 24 hours. I want to sit in Samadhi for 10 years. Like that will happen.
So the individual I is who are held on to and not willing to give up.
Individual I is actually trying to hold on to a practice.
Okay.
Okay, that's where the difference is. And that individual I will not dissolve without a proper Vichara. Atma Vichara.
Yes.
Understood?
Without inquiring what that individual I is, a yogi cannot go further. That's what you're saying.
But yoga is, I'm not denying the benefit of yoga. Okay, yoga is very useful. Breathing practice are very useful. But gnana combined with anything is marvelous. So without understanding that the I cannot get dissolved. So the yogi feels, okay, I'm able to sit in Samadhi for 1 hour. So I'm very better. So I'm able to sit in Samadhi for 10 hours. I'm better. So I want to sit more and more hours in Samadhi. So that I want something more. Dil mange more.
Okay. Yeah.
Hari Om Prabhuji. Hari Om Prabhuji.
Yes,
just a clarification. When I sit with Paroksha Jnana, then it becomes Nirvikalpa Samadhi.
No.
And then when I get Aparoksha Jnana, sit with Aparoksha Jnana, it is Aparoksha Jnana, Nirvikalpa Jnana. Is that right?
Slightly not correct. Okay. Paraksha Jnana and Aparoksha Jnana, your understanding is not correct in that sense.
Paroksha Jnana, I heard from you.
No.
It is a concept for me.
No. Paraksha Jnana is indirect knowledge. So the teaching of Guru, Tattvamasi is Paraksha Jnana. That you are. Okay, that's called Paraksha Jnana. Okay.
Okay.
Because it is all third person for you. Tat is third person. Tvam is also third person.
It's still a concept for me.
It's a concept. When Tat and Tvam has become very clear to you, okay, then you will not say Tattvamasi. Your Tattvamasi job is over. Then you say Aham Brahmasmi. You have accepted it.
Okay.
So when you accept it, it becomes Aparoksha Jnana. Aparoksha Jnana.
Okay.
Okay. So Aparoksha Jnana is what is required for Nididhyasa. Okay. Now in Aparoksha Jnana, you have Aparoksha Jnana. Now your Tattvamasi is the third party statement is gone. Third person statement is gone now. First person Aham Brahmasmi is there. Right? But Aham Brahmasmi, you have not recognized it. You have become clear, more and more logically clear. Understanding is clear.
Okay.
So understanding very clear, then you are able to hold on to Aham Brahmasmi very clearly. But because of your vasanas, you are still not able to see that self. Right? Vasanas are coming, right? Refusing. Clarity has emerged.
Mm.
Okay, the moment vasanas go, okay, and you recognize that reality, then it's called aparoksha anubhuti, direct experience of self. Jnana has resulted in anubhuti. Understand? So jnana is if you are able to accept aham brahmasmi without questioning and with crystal clear clarity, that is called aparoksha jnana. Aparoksha jnana culminates in aparoksha anubhuti, which means realization, recognizing the self.
Actual recognition.
Okay. Right? I don't want to distinguish both because aparoksha anubhuti and aparoksha jnana happen. Aparoksha jnana is required to aparoksha anubhuti to happen. But vasanas have to further go.
So anubhuti is actually a culmination of the complete annihilation of vasanas.
Aparoksha anubhuti is when you have recognized
Aparoksha jnana can happen, but as long as vasanas are there, aparoksha anubhuti cannot happen.
Aparoksha anubhuti happens when you recognize the self. This is the real meaning. Now there is no more concepts.
Okay.
So when aparoksha jnana happened, also there's a concept. Still, aham brahmasmi. There may be still conceptually you are clear, but still there will be cobwebs. Understand?
Okay.
Any questions?
What is preventing me from direct recognition? Is it the vasanas in spite of aparoksha clarity?
So what is preventing me from recognizing that is the me. Your question is what is preventing me from recognizing that is the me.
Okay.
What is this me? You find out.
Okay.
Understand? So you're still a concept of me. So your question is what is preventing me from recognizing the anubhuti is the me. You are asking the question. One who is asking the question is the answer. Me. What is your me? You have to be very clear.
Okay.